Okay, they're bringing the athletes out for the athlete introductions. Be Gergo, SZEMES, Ryan, CHOI of Hong Kong, Maxime Paty of France, and Borodishev, the neutral athlete. We should be getting the SZEMES really fenced lights out today.
He really did. That was Choi. He might be the hottest fencer in the men's foil circuit right now.
There's the athletes. I'm looking across the room to see if we will get the introduction of our officiating crew.
Usually they do. Oh, here they come.
Ah, okay.
You can see on the screen how these fencers reach the podium.
Well, in our first semifinal, we will have Tim Bartenhagen of Germany, our referee Simona Pierucci of Italy, our video referee, Haoqi Wang of Taipei, and Mohamed Farjani of Tunisia will be our two floor judges, our assessors, for the first semifinal, and they will alternate throughout the first semifinal, the second semifinal, and the gold medal match. So this is our officiating team for the men's foil.
That was a nice touch. Okay, thank you for the introduction, David. And we're going to go with our first semi, which will have SZEMES of Hungary against So SZEMES took 8th at the Zonal Championships in Genoa, 30th at the Shanghai Grand Prix, 44th at the World Cup in Vancouver, 43rd at the Grand Prix in Lima. You can see, this is a big result for him. 22nd at the World Cup in Cairo, 15th at the Grand Prix in Turin, 87th at the World Cup in Paris, 97th at the World Cup in Takasaki, and 42nd at the World Cup in Tunisia. Choi just won the Asian Zonals in Bali. Just before that, he won the Grand Prix in Shanghai. 65th at the World Cup in Vancouver, 32nd at the Grand Prix in Lima, 58th at the World Cup in Cairo, 32nd at the Grand Prix in Turin, 29th at the World Cup in Paris, 117th at the World Cup in Takasaki, and 33rd at the World Cup in Tunisia. So his run has just started recently. The rest of the year was not so great. They have not yet fenced each other. Referee's taking a look at the last call. The fencers get 2 video challenges in the bout. We have 3 3-minute periods with a minute break in between. That one goes to CHOI. The target area is the torso. You could see the electric jacket called the lame, and the part of the bib on the mask is valid target. The legs and the arms and most of the mask are not. The fencer hits there, the white light goes on. It's like a foul ball in baseball. The fencing piece is 14 meters long. The fencer goes off the back of the end with both feet. It will be a point for the opponent. There's a straight attack by CHOI and a counterattack. The right away goes to the attack by CHOI. The threatening of the opponent's valid target with your weapon, with your point, or when beating the blade will give you the right away as well. And a very quick start for CHOI. He's the heavy favorite in this bout. However, we had lots of heavy favorites today who did not win. So you never know what's going to happen. CHOI's able to get the riposte. The first attack from the right from SZEMES did not hit. I'm not even sure it was parried. And once that happens, CHOI has that little mythical window of time, as long as there's no delay, to make the new action, which he did. Now, we saw earlier today CHOI employing 2 different types of footwork. One where he was coming forward sort of in these mincing little steps trying to draw out his opponent in second intention. And there were other times when he just exploded down the piste where there was no deception at all. It says, here I come, try to stop me. Wow, SZEMES went for the attack. He pushed in stages, pushed CHOI, pushed him again, saw the opening, and CHOI was able to angle his arm or his body. Let's watch this, forcing him to miss. Yeah, he angled his body and went right by him. And there, as CHOI, SZEMES was marching forward looking for an opening. CHOI just, he's quicker right now. SZEMES has to figure out something here because CHOI's footwork is quicker. The riposte from the left is off target. There's a beat attack by SZEMES. Needs to do that again. So clearly, the foot speed, he's at a disadvantage. He's going to have to beat the blade, and that's what he's been doing, setting up actions by beating the blade. Some relief from the coach there because he's getting away early, that 8-1. SZEMES has to try to do that again. And if you're CHOI, you say, I'm not going to let him take my blade. I'm going to try to go after him. CHOI again. SZEMES makes the attack. CHOI steps in, causing SZEMES to miss. Or maybe it was it off target? Let's see. Oh, maybe he hit off target there. Nope, he missed. He missed. That's one for CHOI. So CHOI can do no wrong right now, and SZEMES can do very little right. And I think the best thing for him, there's 50 seconds left in this first period, is try to keep the score as close to this as possible and regroup and get some coaching and try to change the strategy during the break. Attack this time was off target. So CHOI's gone to the well at least 3 or 4 times now where he's counterattacked, and he's got away with it a couple times and was able to score on one light counterattacks. So CHOI acknowledged, and he saw the referee Bardenhang and put up his fingers touching, which means that both fencers beat the blade at the same time. However, SZEMES initiated it. He was the first one to try to beat the blade, and he gets the right of way and his 3rd point. Whoa, what a riposte from in close by SZEMES. That was a nice one. Okay, so what I said with 50 seconds left is that it was 9-2, and SZEMES should try to get to the break and have no more damage. Well, the opposite happened. He actually scored 2 on his own and made it a little bit more of a bout here, and now he gets to go to the break and have some coaching and try to sort this out. You could see the coach saying that CHOI's making that counterattack. And I think what he was also saying is make the action slower at the end, because that way you can see the target as he's squirming or turning his body or whatever. Maybe he has to go a little bit slower on that attack. Second period here in the first of 2 semifinals in the men's foil event at the 2025 Fencing World Championships here in Tbilisi, Georgia. The winner of this bout will be fencing for the World Championship later tonight. Very close there. And the referee, Bardenhagen, says that the attack was from the right. And the third in a row for SZEMES, who's getting a little bit closer here. Attack in preparation by SZEMES. Wow, he has figured out something here. 9-2 is now 9-6, 4 in a row, and all the momentum on his side. Choi said enough with that, and he did a flush attack and scored right in the middle of the piece. Now, he's got a footwork speed advantage. He needs to use it like that. The line was out, the point in line, which is straight from the shoulder all the way down to the hand. But the point is out. Watch it. Oh, wow. Looked like he... Let's watch it. Nope, it's a derobant, which means Choi went for the blade, and you're allowed to disengage around it. That was a great replay to show us exactly what happened. It's hard to see that in real time. SZEMES on a 5-1 run right now. Fiorucci and Bardenhagen are going to look this over. The attack started from the left. The question is whether there was hesitation. It's very close. And when you slow it down like that, it can change the flavor of the action. The referees like to look at it at regular speed as well as 70% speed. If I had to guess, attack from the left. No. It's the other way around. Look at this. Boom on the riposte. Choi needed that, a little more breathing room as the fencers try to get to 15. No hesitation from the referee. Bardenhagen immediately called it attack from the left by Choi. Watch the fence from the left. Watch the point starting. It's close, but the fencer on the left started. This one goes to Choi. SZEMES is running out of time here. Choi only needs 2. That's the attack off target. I don't look for Choi to make a simple counterattack on the next action like that. He was a little bit lucky there. He did counterattack. Now, Choi got pushed to the back of the end of his piece. He was in trouble, hence the counterattack. You run out of options. Watch defenser. Watch SZEMES. This simple attack. And that early in the bout that was working, Choi was able to angle his body and cause SZEMES to miss. And the coach said, slow it down in the attack, which SZEMES did. It worked. So now CHOI has to attack. He can't go backwards like that again. Watch for him to jump off the line when the referee says allez. He did jump off the line, but SZEMES was waiting. A little over anxious on the jumping off the line part. That's the attack from the left. CHOI saw an opening right in the middle of the piece, and a very untimely counterattack by SZEMES as CHOI is one away. No hesitation from the referee Bardenhagen. Attack from the left. CHOI Chun Yin Ryan. He is going to be competing later tonight for a chance to win the World Championship, and his hot streak continues. Great comeback by SZEMES. He was out of that bout. It was 9-2. Tremendous comeback. Very exciting first semi. We've had a lot of close bouts today. And some of these fencers we've been seeing might not be the top-ranked fencers, but they're certainly fencing like them. Up next, Maxime Poti of France against Kirill Borodachev, an individual neutral athlete. And this will be followed, of course, by the two semis in the women's épée event. And that will be followed by the gold for the men's foil, and finally the gold in the women's épée.